What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of You're Not My Type, Bro, a show where we talk about politics.
Why? Why?
This is why I moved that shit underneath the table.
Is that why you did that?
I know. Anyway, a show where we talk about politics, social issues, relationships, and any other topics that land on our desk. And one of the first things that I want to say to you guys is Happy 2025.
Happy 2025.
It's a new year.
2024 was a shit show.
Yes. So glad it's over. Hopefully you guys out there had a wonderful Christmas holiday and are getting into the new year and, holding on to those resolutions or creating some new resolutions.
Intentions.
Set those intentions. Make sure you're doing your meditations. And we're just glad that you guys are back to have a good old time with us. So the first thing that I want to talk about today is our regular segment known as
Marko Shave.
Cocktails and complaints.
Cocktails and complaints. Cheers. All right. This is the segment where we talk about something that happened to us within the last week that really set us off. And we just, take a few minutes to just bitch about it with you guys because maybe you can relate. I don't know.
Yeah.
Marco, what's yours?
Oh, God, I have so many.
Oh, usually.
Yeah. Besides being stuck in the middle with two sexy black gay men.
I was going to say, can we just
That's
complain about you?
That's not a complaint. That's like the highlight of your day.
It's
a privilege.
Good.
Your white privilege coming to you.
I know. I don't know why this drives me mental, man. But I'm at the bar the other day, and I just don't know why it gets my blood boiling. But, dude, and this is a nice bar. This is a fancy place. And can we get rid of these fucking measuring cups when you make a drink? Dude, are you? I mean, this is a fucking nice establishment. Dude,
I hate what they call them, jiggers.
Do you mean jiggers?
Yeah, is that what
you mean jiggers?
Yeah.
Like the little metal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude,
okay.
It is such a fucking turnoff, man. I mean, this is a high-end place. It's nice. It was something like, like the Boa Steak, like really nice, right? Mm-hmm. And we ordered two freaking espresso martinis, and the dude, they're all dressed nice and tight. The fucking guy comes and takes the thing out, pours it. I'm like, I don't know why. I can't even put my finger on it or put it in words, but it's such a turnoff, dude. I mean, for one, you're really not fucking capable of pouring it. It's not the bartender, obviously. He has to do it, being told. But you know what it screams? It screams cheap, and you're a corporation, dude. Like as if it fucking matters if the guy slightly overpours it or under-pour it. You're charging $25 for a freaking fancy cocktail, and Samantha and I are sitting there, and she's right when she explained it. It's such a turnoff, man. Like, you're really that fucking stingy. Yeah. You're really that stingy on... first, look, I was in the food and beverage industry for a long time. I was waiting tables. I started as a dishwasher at a Standard Hotel. Dude, I know where you make your money. It's on the alcohol.
Right.
Okay? You buy that bottle for $40. You actually get a discount, but get it for $30 when you buy it as a restaurant. You're charging $25 per cocktail. Dude, or if you do it, hide it. Don't do it in front of me. There's something about it that just fucking irritates me. And it screams, we're being cheap, we're being stingy. You go to a dive. Dude, fucking Barney's Beanery doesn't do it, man.
That's what I was going to say.
It's a
Barney's
dive.
Beanery doesn't give a shit.
Exactly. but it's like, dude, this cocktail was $28, dude. And you're there fucking
with have gold flakes in it?
Yeah,
what?
and it's high-end bullshit. And the guy,
they want to.
and exactly, and they're like there, like, it's slightly overpoured, and it's like it just screams cheap,
You know when they're the worst with that? They're the worst with that in Europe. Oh my God! They take the cup and they hit it on that little thing, and it just drops the small amount in, and then they give you 2 cubes of ice and a bottle of soda.
You're like, ice in Europe.
You're like, okay, it's really bad over there. I agree with you on that. I mean, if you're paying that much money for a cocktail,
I mean, come on, dude.
It's just the optics of it. I agree with you on that. Like, just pour the fucking drink. Pour the drink, or at least have like I don't know if these nozzles actually work because I remember. When I was in food and bev, the majority of my career in food and bev was in South Carolina. When I was first starting, we were like one of the only states that were still mini bottles. And then and then we switched over. But to aid in that transition, they gave us these nozzles that like basically stop the pour.
It has a little ball in it.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I don't know if they quite work, so we just got rid of them and poured it anyways. But I would rather see that than someone like measuring and then eyeballing it. They're like eyeballing it,
dude.
And I mean, the good bartenders like pour to the top, dump it in, and then like pour a little bit more on top of it.
This is a nice place. Okay. They're not even hurting for money. You know, you're talking again like something like, you know, the Boss Steakhouse where every plate is $50, $60, $80, you know, and it's like, dude, we're taking it just turned me off. It just screams. And like you said, if you do it in secrecy or turn around, I wouldn't even mind if you do it behind my back.
Yeah.
But you know, you're there like, and you take that little silver.
Lie to me.
And it's I love being lied to.
Okay, Duane, what have you got to complain about this evening?
My complaint. I didn't have one last week, did I?
I don't think so. Well,
which is not acceptable.
He was about to give you one, though.
He's always about to give me a complaint. My complaint this week, I hate when people do one of these three things. Baiting, gaslighting, or dog whistling. Okay. I just want to, just in case people aren't familiar with that term, like baiting is like deliberately provoking, antagonizing someone to have like an emotional reaction or like lash out in anger or frustration for their own personal amusement, escalate a conflict or make that person seem irrational. I hate that. And I watch people do that all the time. Gaslighting. Making people feel like what happened isn't what actually happened. When they use terms like, oh, you're being dramatic or you're overreacting. No, bitch, I'm having a natural reaction with some shit that you just said. Like, stop minimizing it. And then dog whistling, which is going back to, you know, previous discussion about Donald Trump. He is notorious for this. And that's saying things like a coded or like subtle language to an intended audience that's controversial and it's an offensive message, but it's to a specific audience while maintaining plausible deniability. So like an example of that would be like, we support traditional values, which on the surface sounds very nice, but we know what the fuck they're talking about when they say that. It's anti-LGBTQ. And I just like, when people do, like, say what the fuck you want to say, or just stand on business, or shut the fuck up. That's my complaint. And I've noticed that not just in like my personal life, but even, you know, in professional life and different avenues that I'm trying to work in, like people just stop. You're manipulative bullshit.
Stop the dog whistling.
Stop.
Make it stop. Dog. Whistle dog. Well, for me this week, I have just recently...
See, this is why
y'all notice that he's the only one laughing?
I recently hit a mark. I had made the decision that I was not gonna, use the following winter to gain.
Use what?
To gain, like you gain weight because you want to put on muscle.
Oh, weight.
Mass. Yeah,
I
muscle mass, whatever.
Gain. I'm like, what?
And I decided that I wasn't gonna do that anymore. It's like I'm getting to an age where I'm like, I don't want to keep doing that to my body. And then I started working out and got to the point where it's like I don't necessarily need motivation, but I just wanted to have like a target to work towards. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm getting...
Bitch, let me stop you right there. You have a perfect sculptured Greek god body. What is it you need a target for, man? You want to trade?
To stay like...
Someone's
to have something to work towards. To have something to work towards.
You just baited him.
I think I did.
I hate when motherfuckers look like...
Listen, can I give my complaint?
Yes.
You gave your complaint. Let me give my complaint.
No, because you just gave me another complaint.
Listen,
my complaint is your complaint.
Talk about it next week. But what I made the decision to do was to gain. And now that I'm getting older, I kind of starting to think that I wish I hadn't done that because I have now gained since the end of November 14 pounds. So I'm
raw muscle.
No. But I'm eating like 3,800, 3,900 calories a day. So that's just following my macros and everything. So I gained all that weight. So I'm now I'm like 200, 201. And as I was getting dressed to go to the gym today, I realized that something was a little bit snug and not snug in the way that I wanted it to be snug. Okay. So now in my back, I have these like and I know it's temporary. It's not gonna last forever, but it's something that I have that I get to work on, and that's why I did it in the first place, so that I could have something to motivate me and to like I have a target to reach. So the thing that I hate about it the most is that in between phase when your clothes start fitting all like snug and not snug in the way you want them to be fitting you snug, and you start realizing that maybe you could stand to lose a few pounds.
So let me
In
translate
the
that.
winter, you're supposed to feel cozy.
I know.
Basically, what
I
the dude is
kind of agree with
saying.
Marko on this is a bullshit.
Yeah, what the dude is saying. Here's what the dude is saying. You know what? I made $200 million last year, so this year I decided to make 150. So I'm upset, so I can be motivated to make 200 million again next year.
Yeah.
That's
good. That's great. I like that. All I'm saying is the in between is not fun. It's not cute. We're in LA. People still have parties and pool parties and stuff when the weather's nice. Like I think tomorrow's going to be
Wayne,
like
I had the
71 or
perfect
72.
body, so I gained
And
weight.
it's
So
like,
I can.
I'm just saying. That's my
Meanwhile,
complaint.
his physique
That's
is
all.
better than most.
That's
most
all.
Adults
That's all.
21 to 50.
But anyway, I guess I'll have to live with that. And
Black people problems.
I know.
Listen,
Black people problems.
one day Marco's gonna fuck around and find out.
The wrong day. It'll be the wrong day.
Do you see how good black people have it now?
Oh, how good.
Tell us, please.
Please, let me know.
Oh my goodness! I have the
Somebody's dog whistling.
You just got one more on there. One more. What's the last one we need to do? So, guys, how were your holidays?
I don't remember.
Mine was great.
What'd you do?
I spent it alone. Well, not both of them. Not New Year's Eve, but Christmas. And that's not abnormal for me to spend Christmas alone because when I worked for Fandango caters to the movie theater industry, and Thanksgiving and Christmas are like the biggest days in for box office sales. So if I didn't go home, which was rare, I would always either spend it alone or go cater lunch or dinner to my team that was in the office, either in Singmo or Beverly Hills.
Well, it's interesting that you say that because one of our topics today, I wanted to ask you guys if you could spend the holidays alone, would you? And you just answered the question. You said yes, Marko. If you could spend the holidays alone,
let me just finish this. When I was at Fandango, when I would get back from Christmas break and people would ask me what I did, and I told them I spent it alone, I was shocked of how many people would say, "Oh God, I wish I could have done that." And granted, like the holidays are about family, and there's a lot of cherished memories, especially if you have children. And I get that. I'm not trying to diminish that, but they're also really stressful. And so if you're working hard and you're stressed, and everyone had a crazy 2024, you just want to be left the fuck alone. Just gonna say that.
Yeah. Most of my life, holidays, I always worked. Always on my birthdays or Christmas and New Year's, I was waiting tables or being bartending at the club. So it's. I've been doing that longer than I have not been doing it. So for me, not to have to do that anymore is recent, and I enjoy just Samantha and I were just on. I mean, Christmas was busy because you're running from one Christmas party to the next, but New Year's was beautiful. We were on the couch at 9 p.m., 11:30. We were freaking passed out. It was just gorgeous, man. It was that, or you go to a friend's place and come back at 4 a.m. But
I went to a rave.
well, a lot of people that say that spend the holidays on their own, they say, as you say, it's like extremely liberating.
I love it,
and it's kind of it can be like a nice reset going into the new year because you're not surrounded by all of the drama with family, especially now with the election. We just had the election not too long ago. Going home to, spend Christmas or New Year's or whatever the holiday it is that you're spending with, members of your family who don't necessarily, their political views don't necessarily align with yours. And that can just create this crazy tense environment. And a lot of people are choosing to, stay away and avoid all of that nonsense. And for me personally, it's always been a situation in my family where all my family is still like in this same general area. So either I go home for Thanksgiving or I try to go home for Christmas. But I have to tell you, like, whichever holiday that I don't go home for, I'm just like, it's so nice. It's just so nice. And I there's also this thing that a lot of people would say, like, well, why are you spending the holidays alone? Well, don't you want to be around people?
It's awesome.
There's like the stigma that might be like associated with, people wanting to spend time alone, but then there's the other side of that that's like, are you spending time alone because maybe you are having some issues and you're like isolating yourself, which isn't healthy if you're trying to keep isolated and being alone. And
Well, that's
maybe going
different.
through
Yeah,
depression.
no.
Well, I think a lot of people. First of all, you have to look at it from different perspectives, and like people are in different places in their life. But I also think that there's different personality types. Are you an extrovert or are you an introvert? If you're an introvert, you love being alone.
I love spending alone time.
Being alone does not equate to being lonely.
Yeah,
It's a time for you to recharge, and especially like I think around the holidays. This was probably like the first Christmas where I actually got into the holiday spirit, and I enjoy. I used to hate Christmas music.
What motivated that? Do you think?
I don't know. Just a change in my mindset over this past year, and just getting really settled and grounded into myself. When I would hear Christmas music, I would just start singing, but it didn't necessarily mean that I wanted to be around people.
Right.
It was just I got into like the holiday spirit and could be settled in that in myself. And I made myself a steak the way I wanted it. I had crab legs and shrimp. Like I did it. I got to do what I wanted to do and not what everyone else wanted me to do.
I love going to the
And if
movies
I
alone.
want to go to someone's Christmas party or do this or go over to this person's house, I could do that. If I don't, I don't have to, and that's exactly what I did. I just sat at home. But for New Year's, I almost did the same thing, and I was invited out, and I was like, yeah, I don't know if I want to spend New Year's alone because I don't want the whole year to be like that. But it was a nice even balance.
The whole family thing is overrated anyway. Look, man, if you have a good family, that just means you got lucky. My family, I don't talk to them for all the right reasons. The ones that did talk to, they're gone. So people always like, oh, family. Well, fuck you, man. If you have a good family, you just got lucky.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even then, it could be stressful. Like, getting Christmas presents and all of that, and like, is this going to be right? And blah blah blah. And we have to go. You're on someone else's itinerary, which it's memorable and you have fun, but it's also draining.
No, I had the whole great thing, grandma and this and family when the family was together. Now that the family completely fell apart, it's or what about, uncles that sexually abuse the little kid, what's supposed to be family. If you have a good family, you just got lucky. Family means nothing, man. Most of people.
So you won't be spending the holidays with your family. No, is what you're saying. That's not going to happen, right?
Fuck them. The people are the family's blood is thicker than it's not. Dude, most people that were family to me aren't even blood related. So if you have a good relationship with your dad and mom or sister, it just means you got lucky. In my case, family didn't mean much to any of my family members. And if you have a family where politics are involved, then you got deeper issues anyway, man.
I think everybody should try at least once to spend a holiday alone. Give your family an excuse. Say you have work and you can't get whatever it is. Like, I just think you should just take one opportunity to spend the holiday alone and just see what that feels like and see how stress-free it is. Like, how you don't have to consider or worry about anybody else but yourself, and that's like your holiday gift to yourself. But all the other gifts that you have to do, make sure that you order through Amazon and just have them shipped directly. No, if you want to get people gifts for Christmas,
it's
just order what they want, ship it to them, put the little note, and they wrap it and everything, and just toss it under the tree, and there you go. So no, some people be like, well, you're not coming home because you don't want to spend money on anybody. No, bitch, I'm not coming home because I don't want to. Here's your gift, Amazon. There you go. You know what I mean? So I think spending the holidays alone is the new vibe. Like, people are doing it and should be doing it a lot more, I think.
Or they're spending it with their chosen family.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, gays have been doing that forever.
Yeah. But it's not just holiday. I always enjoy going alone to the movies.
I know, but there's something specific about the holidays where the holidays are meant to where you spend your time with your family and
you're supposed
to get together and
if you have a good family and a relationship with them, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's worth a shot, guys. I think everybody should give it a shot. Moving on.
Try something you never tried. Sleep with a man.
Slowly he comes out.
Yeah. He's just waiting for the opportunity.
Yeah.
He's baiting.
Is that a gay term again?
There's a lot of gay baiting going on, that's for sure. Moving on. So, Marko, I feel you on this one. I'm right there with you. Tell us the issue that you are having, and then I'll tell you why I have an issue with it, with these stores locking up simple everyday products like batteries, razors,
Jesus, man.
toothpaste. Like, why are they locking them up?
Dude, you
with
can't
a-
even go
Because these
anywhere.
streets are wild and people are being ratchet in them
Yeah.
stores.
I mean, yes, that is the correct answer. That's why they're locking up toothpaste and eye drops. That is the correct answer.
Jesus,
And
man.
the funny thing about that is it is such a headache to have to go and find somebody to be like, hey, can you come unlock this? I need to get some Crest. You know what I mean? Like, that's one of the biggest headaches that you have to face when you're going to the store. And I'm like, is it really necessary? I know it's warranted.
And they seem annoyed.
They do seem annoyed. You're right.
But they're not
Yeah.
annoyed with. It doesn't seem like they're annoyed with you. They're just annoyed that they have to do that shit.
I know.
I'm like, we both hate this.
It's like, damn, let me go on and ask her to open up this lock with.
No,
let me get me
it's-
some shampoo. It's just like,
It's ridiculous.
Target's the worst. At least the ones
everywhere.
The Targets
It's
that
everywhere.
are satelliting WeHo, they're the
Mhm.
worst.
well, the National Retail Federation, and this is why they're doing it, y'all. It estimates that the retail industry has lost 112.1 billion to theft,
Yeah.
and that was in 2022. So I can only imagine
Repeat
what it
that
would be
figure.
right now. 112.1 billion to theft.
Wow.
So, and this is also from Capital One Shopping, and this is specific to California. In 2022, California retailers lost 8.72 billion to theft, and that's 17% lower than the national average. So I guess they're not stealing as much out here in these streets.
Because California, you're locking that
'Cause we
shit
lock
up.
the shit up. But I know that this had to be some kind of like something that happened to you recently that you wanted to discuss this. So you must have been somewhere and needed something. and
Yeah.
it must have been a big ass headache to have somebody to come and get it for you.
Well, no, it was actually kind of, but it was more the sum of all parts. It was more that I noticed it 4 days in a row. So we were in LA shopping for something, then we forgot something because we're going to Vegas for 3 nights, and we had a volleyball tournament, Samantha and I, and we were refereeing, and then we went to the next store down the street, and it took 17 minutes to get something that we needed. Then we drove to Vegas, coming to Vegas, and before we go to the hotel, we're like, hey, let's stop and pick up. I hate the hotel lotion, so I like to have my different lotion.
She got
kind of thing.
sensitive skin.
Yeah, and
Gotta bring that cocoa.
and then there was something. There was dude. It might have actually been toothpaste or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, because I left my little thing at home, and I was like, dude, are you effing kidding me, dude? I mean, and look, I don't claim to be an expert on what's where, what, how. I'm a big believer in what you permit, you promote. Obviously, shoplifting is up because people are doing something because they think they can get away with it, or it's not
Well,
punished.
prices are up.
People are also struggling.
Yeah.
Well,
Speaking of that,
yeah,
let me tell you though what the most stolen items are. The most stolen
I struggle.
items-
Go work 2 jobs. You don't have to go steal. You know what I mean? I don't know.
well, the most stolen items are alcohol, confectionery and chocolate, baby formula food,
That's what I was
baby
gonna say.
wipes, baby clothes, raw meat, cheese and dairy, and
You're stealing raw
toiletries.
meat?
You know how like like steak is expensive, meat's expensive, right?
Yeah, but like I'm just saying like the logistics. Like just put
Did
some
you ever
raw-
see that movie Pink Flamingos?
No.
I think it's Pink Flamingos. It's John Waters. They have this actress who, Divine, the drag queen, went into the grocery store and stole meat and slapped it on her thigh, but in her dress, and just walked out with the meat. and that's how she stole raw meat. But many of the repeat offenders, they have drug habits, and so they steal to finance those drug habits.
Yeah.
And so then my question is, there's Ralph's up here on the corner from where I live, and they made this like little makeshift. It was like what do they call it, like a bodega or something?
Mhm.
So they basically put fencing around like 3 of the aisles which hold those products, and they put a cashier right there at the entrance and a door that closes.
Yeah.
So there's basically someone there the whole time when you're in that little space shopping. But
That's
then,
liquor, right?
it's no. It's like shade
No,
razors,
everything.
it's
Razors, everything,
it's
yeah.
toothpaste, it's body wash.
It's just a shame to see a first world country come to this, you know what I mean? And my understanding is we had some kind of thing years ago that we got rid of, and now they're reinstated, that if you shoplift, it's a crime again. I don't know, I don't care. But what I'm saying is it's just a shame to see a place of this stature come to a point. I mean, dude, fucking Serbia shit isn't locked up. And it's a third world country, so to speak. And here, it's shit is locked up. So I don't know, I'm not an expert, but I do know it wasn't like that when I came here.
No.
I do know that everything today, compared to when I came here, is worse. It's more expensive. It's harder. People are not happier. They're less happy. Nobody's taking responsibility. More importantly, you don't have accountability. And the moment you permit crime and you lower accountability or punishment or whatever the solution is, it gets worse. It did get worse to the point where they now reinstated certain props that punish those things again. I guess love, peace, and happiness didn't work. But I do know one thing. I do know that everything today is worse than it was. Nothing's better. So, and for me to have to wait 40 minutes to get toothpaste, I don't know. It just sucks, and it's a shame. But it's not just here. It was Nevada. It was all over the city here.
It's everywhere.
San Francisco, to me, is an embarrassment. It used to be my favorite city in the world. Now it's. I a few months ago walked downtown. I would never bring my family there anymore. It used to be when my family comes to visit, the first place I'd take them. Now it will be the last. You know what I mean? So
I think the
it's a shame,
accountability
man.
part is a good point because I obviously this is a national issue, epidemic, if you will. But I know, especially in Los Angeles, we've lowered the punishment on a lot of crime. You don't just get arrested. It's hard to get arrested in LA.
Yeah.
And so,
And if you do, you're out an hour later.
yeah. And so I think that has something to do with it as well.
Do you think that like like how a lot of these stores have self-checkout? Do you think that makes it easier, or do you think people are watching the self-checkout station harder to look for this kind of a thing?
So
Don't you have somebody standing there?
Not the Rock and Roll Rouse, but the one below it on La Brea.
Okay.
They installed a new checkout area with more high-tech surveillance cameras. And I was like checking out stuff, but I moved too fast, and I couldn't go forward with bringing up items. And the lady had to come up and replay the video. There was a video that showed that I really had scanned it and put it, but she's like, "You just moved too fast, and I think your hat was in the way." I'm like, "Damn, I only got like
Watching
5 items."
Samantha and I were at the Amazon, and they have these cards that when you put stuff in, it knows what you're putting in, and it puts it right onto your Amazon account.
I'm not gonna lie,
freaking crazy, man.
When I was a kid,
Wow.
My brother was a bad influence in the moment, and I went into the grocery store, and I used to love. I don't know if they still make them, the Score chocolate bar. That's like a toffee, and it has like chocolate on it. It's kind of like a Heath.
Oh,
you know Heath?
Sounds good.
Oh my God, I used to fall. I got fat off of those things, and
like you're fat now, bitch.
When I was a child and I ate them. I ate a lot of them, and I remember going to the grocery store just trying to copy off my brother, and went in there and stole like 3 Score bars, and thought I had put them in my little shirt, and thought I got away with it. And as soon as I got to the door, that guy was like, and I was like, damn. And it was only like, you could get $3 for $1 back then. So all I needed was $1, and I chose to I didn't have $1. I mean, that's what I did. But it's a terrible situation that it's gotten to this point. But these billion-dollar companies, obviously they're watching their bottom line and trying to make sure that, they can cut those numbers. But that number is massive. Yeah. It's crazy.
That is a huge number.
Yeah. It's, yeah. Well, there's...
I don't blame them.
Yeah.
It's funny, when you look, a lot of countries that have, obviously, I'm talking now the opposite extreme, right? But you go to Brunei, Sultan of Brunei, or in other places where theft is punishable literally by death. Right? Yeah. I'll tell you one thing.
They ain't fucking around.
Let me tell you something. I've been to Russia many times. I've been to China. I've been to obviously I haven't been to Brunei. But I tell you, you don't see no smash and grab there. And when if you dump
smash and grab you,
and I know obviously we're talking the complete opposite extreme now, maybe split the difference, but like I said, what you permit, you promote. Good and bad. Good and bad.
Well, then you're just gonna have to wait 17 minutes to get your toothpaste and be okay with that, or just take it with you when you leave your house. So
we're standing there, dude, and it's just like, dude, can I just get my toothpaste and spend $9 on it and get to the hotel already?
Why does this always have to be about you? Why is everything always about you?
I know.
You are such a narcissist.
I am.
You are such a narcissist.
I know where this is going.
Oh my God.
That's a nice landing, Theo.
Why? Why is it always about you and what you do?
Hey, keep in mind I'm in the minority here. White straight man in the minority here, okay?
Yes. Finally, how does that feel? How does it feel?
Awesome.
Oh, D'Angelo.
Yes. Speaking of narcissists, Mr. Duane,
yes,
you want to just discuss the rise of narcissism,
right?
And give us a little history on, for those of us at home who don't know what narcissism is, please explain that to us. followed with some examples.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, what I was reading some works by no, I don't want to get her name wrong. Jean Twinge. I hope I didn't butcher your name. But let's start here. I feel like the word narcissist gets thrown around a lot. You even called yourself a narcissist on the show, but you're not a narcissist because
Too bad.
Anyone can have narcissistic traits. In fact, if you have an Instagram and you're curating your image, that's in its essence narcissistic. That does not make you a narcissist. So let's start with what a narcissist is. That is an actual personality disorder. That's not someone that's just selfish. It's not someone that's just self-centered. Their brain is wired differently. So the key traits of narcissism, let me expand this.
Then you and I will compare if we have those traits or not.
Narcissistic personality disorder is a recognized mental health condition characterized by a long-term pattern of grandiosity, a need for excessive admiration.
We have both of those. I have that.
And a lack of empathy for others, which you do not have. That's why you're not.
I don't have a lack of empathy for others.
No,
I hate everybody. I hate everyone equally.
No, you don't. You shut up.
Don't even waste your breath.
Yeah, stop it. However, these individuals often have very fragile self-esteem and are very sensitive to criticism or perceived slights from others. They get offended. You may not even know why you offended a narcissist because what you did was completely normal. But however, they perceive things, which is very interesting the way they perceive it.
I want to be that guy.
No, you don't. No one will want to be around you.
Even better. Alone, finally.
Some key traits: grandiosity, exaggerated sense of self-importance and achievements, entitlement. They believe that they deserve special treatments and others don't.
I love special
Exploitation. They have a tendency to take advantage of others for their own personal gain. Lack of empathy. Difficulty recognizing or caring for others' feelings and needs. And
You're describing like everybody in LA.
No,
everybody in LA is a narcissist.
No,
That's not true.
We can be we can be self-centered. This is an actual personality disorder. This is diagnosed. This is diagnosed. People have the capacity to have empathy. They may not choose to, but they have the capacity. These people don't. They're incapable.
You just described every chick in LA that's on Instagram.
So then
that's bullshit.
Okay.
And attention-seeking behavior, but maybe I am describing LA. But this is a diagnosed, licensed mental health, disorder that is from the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders. It's called a cluster B. It falls under the same category of sociopaths, psychopaths, and histrionics, because these people, because of their lack of empathy and then their grandiosity and they don't view people as people. You're either your supply, and they need that supply is people that enable them, people that prop up their own self-image and their grandiosity. And
how do you cure it?
You can't.
Oh, that's even better. This is amazing. This is the perfect human being.
There are some narcissists that have gone to therapy and have found tools to kind of reintegrate and catch themselves, but they'll never be able to fix it because it's the way that they think. But the problem with narcissism is they'll never admit they're incapable of. Most of them are incapable of accountability, and so to go to therapy, you have to be accountable for your actions and do some self-excavations. And their ego is so fragile.
Accountability is a bitch. Trust me.
They will never do that. So it's almost impossible to do that. So that's just like the basic definitions of narcissism. But let's go back to like the rise of it.
Yes, I was going to say something about that.
Go for it.
As far as like the rise of narcissism, I think within the past, when did Instagram, because I think Instagram made it actually worse, way worse.
Well,
Facebook, of course,
all of it, all social media.
Facebook was
actually TikTok made it the worst.
No, Facebook is like, it was Facebook and it was there, sure, but oh my God, when Instagram came out
and TikTok added the cherry.
Oh my God, like you're giving a platform to these people. It's like people are they're obsessed with the likes, and they're going through all these crazy
and an
they're going through
idealized
crazy
version of them, and we all do it. We don't necessarily post the shit
Yes.
the crazy shit that's going
Right.
on with us. Like, who does that?
like we all have our accounts, and we like the feeling of getting those of those likes, but like when you will do like, for example, I mean, this isn't because when we talk about narcissism, it's not necessarily like what am I trying to say, like you're obsessed with like physical beauty or something.
You
like
can
that.
be.
Okay, because you have the narcissist, like for example, the guy, I don't remember his name, but he was really big on Instagram or TikTok or one of those, and he was doing this crazy shit just to get likes and follows or whatever, and maybe like, you make money, you can monetize that and get brand deals, whatever. But he ended up dying because what was it? He was on like outside of a building or did something crazy like that, and he killed him. He died.
Yeah.
He died. Like that to me that's a narcissistic type of behavior, right? And you're putting yourself in a position where you can actually harm yourself just to get that instant, like, what is that? Like that
Instant
validation from people that you don't even fucking know. And, you know what I mean?
agree with you that there is some criticism about. Yes, I do think social media and just cultural norms and this trend of pushing people towards individuality, which I do support, and self-expression, but I think social media amplifies it and takes it to another level where people are very concentrated on themselves. They can't even be in the moment.
Yeah, and you also started sharing stuff that
they overshare things. And
what's
blah,
even
blah,
that?
blah.
Things that don't matter. Remember, all three of us are old enough to remember when we sent each other like real pictures, right? With family, grandma, ma. You grew up in Texas, you grew up in South Carolina, right? So. Your Christmas or birthday, and you get like an envelope, and back then you had to take pictures and develop them and send them, and it's usually like important stuff, like the family, the baby growing. Can you fucking imagine your mother opening an envelope and her mother, your grandma, sending her a picture of the food on her plate?
No. Yeah. Let me go take the time out of my day to go to CVS, have them develop this photo of my steak.
She's gonna love these mashed potatoes.
Which probably wasn't even done that well.
Right?
I'm trying to picture my grandma in Serbia opening the envelope and my mother sending her a picture of her steak with the mashed potatoes. She'd be like, okay, must be a mistake, right?
Yeah.
And now it's like, dude, okay, I get it. You're at a restaurant. You have I get it, dude. I mean...
But I don't think that's narcissism. Like, narcissism
No, I'm just saying, like,
it's a constant need of supply. They do have a lack of empathy for others. It is an exploitation of other people. And they need a constant supply. And so what happens is, and what I wanted to get into next is, like, the cycle of narcissism abuse. Because I don't think that I think it happens to a lot of people, and they don't understand what's happening to it and why it's happening. So the first phase is called the street term is called love bombing, but really it's like the idealization phase. And so the narcissist will find someone that they are able to get their attention. They're giving them supply, and they're usually mirroring that person. They usually don't have a very strong sense of self. That their self-image can change. So they mirror that person, they idealize that person until they got that person hooked. Then there's a process of devaluation. So that's when they'll start doing things, baiting you, gaslighting you, all of those things. Then when they've exhausted that supply, and they usually have more than one source of supply, they will discard you. And that's when shit gets really brutal. But the discarding phase, there's two parts of that. Either the narcissist just discards you, and that's when they just literally just discard you, or the person that's being abused by that narcissist discards them because they recognize what's happening, and that's when shit really hits the fan. You're going to experience what's called narcissistic rage. That person, because everything they do is for control. They just need control. It's not they don't know what real love is or real connection. Their connection and their perception of love is control. So what they will do is they may escalate and become even more abusive. More than likely, they will do what is called a smear campaign. And you ever heard the saying, if I can't control you, I'll control how everyone around you perceives you? They will go on a smear campaign, and they will literally attack almost every connection that you have, and that part can be brutal. So
Do you think that narcissism actually really is on the rise, or that maybe it's more More that it's actually getting exposed.
I
There's a
think that
difference
it's
between a rise or getting exposed.
That's
like
a really good question. I think that it's more so getting exposed, but I do think that our culture is lending more to it because because a lot of this starts in childhood. And I think that because maybe there's less family time and kids are being left alone. And that's really what it is. So any narcissism, they can just be wired from birth. They may not have experienced any trauma, but a lot of them have.
Mm.
So if you grew up with a narcissist, or if you were abused in any sort of way, and that could just be neglect, like your parents don't pay that much attention to you, they hand you an iPod, and that's your nanny, you're going to develop a way of seeing yourself that's not accurate.
Open Google for me while he finishes it. I just trick.
So like
Go ahead.
with so like for example, like a narcissistic person would be someone who's like a relationship hopper, like somebody they get with somebody and they get all of this validation and attention from them.
Boom.
They use them up for what they can use them for, and then they're like, okay, I'm good, on to the next.
But they always kind of leave the door cracked. Because everyone belongs to them. You're their property. So they might completely discard you, but thinking that they can always just come back in. And they will, after the discard, what they may do is called hoovering. And you'll see that when people are following your social media, not saying anything.
Hoovering.
They may triangulate people to get information about you. They may show up in places where you're at because they want to have a way back in. But if you ever go back, like any other form of abuse, whether it's domestic abuse, emotional abuse, manipulative, all those abuse types, if you ever go back, it's only going to get worse.
Well,
Because
so
you're telling them that it's okay.
Well, so then how, like, if you meet someone who is in fact not a narcissist, but they're just like a super self-confident like person.
That's not narcissism. One way that you can tell is if the relationship moves really fast. Like they literally call it love bombing. They will make you feel like you're the best person on the face of the earth. When you see people and they meet someone and then 2 weeks later they're moved in together, that's red flag.
Ooh.
Most people don't move that fast. Or if they start, I think when they enter relationships, their significant other becomes their focus, and that's only natural. And so your attention may shift from your friends, which is natural. But if they completely shift, and that person's driving a wedge in between them and their friends, that's a red flag because they want control. They don't want them having they don't want anyone having any more influence on the person.
Listen, we have our first fun game of the evening.
Improv game?
Can I do both at the same time?
No.
Check this out.
Marko and his stupid fucking toy.
Hey, it costs $500. Might as well use it.
Yeah.
Hey, check this out.
What are you bringing up?
I'm going to give you a name, and you just say narcissist, yes or no. But you can't say no just because you like the person. You got to be honest.
I would,
all right?
From
all
what
right.
I know of them and what I
Excellent.
observe, as
Awesome.
I now have a PhD
So,
in it.
all right. I give you the name. You say narcissist, yes or no.
Okay.
Sound good? Beyonce.
I don't.
Oh,
think
he has
she's
to
a
think about
narcissist.
it.
I don't think
she's a narcissist.
I don't think so either.
Really?
No.
I would have said yes. All right.
Listen, if you're an entertainer, you have to focus on yourself. So every artist is you're your product, but does she have empathy for others? Yes.
P. Diddy.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Malignant narcissist.
Yes, for sure.
Zendaya.
No.
No.
J-Lo.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. Oh my God. Yes. Hey, girl.
Whoopi Goldberg.
No.
Really? I would have said a hard yes on that.
I'm thinking about it. Hold on.
I haven't observed from my observations. No.
That chick is madly in love with herself, man.
That's a tough one for me.
You can be self-centered. You
No,
can
no,
be self-involved, but do you have the capacity to see things from another perspective, and do you have the capacity for?
She does not have the capacity.
You know who's
to
a
see anything
narcissist?
from another
You know who's a
perspective.
narcissist?
Who?
Yeah. Well, let me ask. Tom Cruise.
I think he's a narcissist.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. See, you're thinking about that one.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Because I've seen him do very compassionate things.
They
been on set
so
with him, yeah.
narcissists can do. They have what is called cognitive empathy versus
Jeez.
felt empathy. Do you know the difference?
They are complex.
Well, no,
They are
like
Fuck hell. It's more
cognitive
complex than a straight and gay man talking.
No, let me explain. Let me explain the difference. Like cognitive empathy is like you can be smart, and let's say Theo and
Wait, I'm not done.
Theo, God forbid, like someone important to you passes away, right? And you find out in front of me and have a complete meltdown. Someone that has felt empathy, if I'm watching you have this full on emotional release, I'm gonna have a feeling about that. It's gonna move me.
Yeah.
Like, a narcissist will not.
All right.
However, they
All
may
right.
have cognitive where empathy where they see you and they know I should show this feeling, and
So then they
can
do it. Okay,
yeah.
gotcha.
All right,
He's
Oprah
an actor.
Winfrey.
Yeah.
Oprah Winfrey.
No,
Ooh, no.
I don't think she's a narcissist.
I think she's self-centered, but I don't think she's a narcissist.
Vladimir Putin.
Yes.
Oh yes, really?
Yes.
Donald Trump. I mean, come on.
Vladimir
Yes.
Putin wants to be the next czar of Russia. He wants to
Yes.
bring that shit.
Yes,
out.
yes.
All right. I give
That was a fun little impromptu
Yeah,
situation.
I like that.
Yeah, I like that.
So
shooting from the hip.
narcissists are bad.
Yes.
Stay away from them.
I love him.
But I do want to say this: if you do find yourself in that situation, the only thing you just remove yourself. Any type of manipulation, abuse. There's two parts to it. There's a manipulator, and then there's a participant. And yes, you are participating in it. And when you become aware of it, you have to stop participating. So walk away from it entirely. Go what is called no contact. And then seek out support from others, and you might need some support from like a professional healthcare, because what they are capable, because they don't have empathy, they are capable of doing some awful shit. So I just wanted to put that out there and delineate between the people just throwing out the term.
they do
narcissist.
use it a
They
lot.
use it so
A
much.
lot.
I'm like, that is not a narcissist. He's just an asshole.
Oh my God. No contact.
No contact.
None. Wow, we have talked
That
about
was deep.
multiple things that were all over the
I
place.
find a new breed of man I like. Can women be
Breed,
narcissists?
a new breed of man you like.
I didn't know
How
you had
much do
a
you like
breed of
him?
man you like.
How much do you like him?
Maybe we should
Speaking
get
of-
closer. We keep
I know,
rubbing
right?
off on him.
Speaking of, we have a little segment that we like to call Yasss Kween.
Yes.
No, bro.
I have no idea
Right?
what that means, but I'll go
Well,
with it.
I'm going to tell you what this segment is about. It's a segment where we'll present new trends in fashion, pop culture, or social media. We give our opinions and takes on them and debate whether it is embraced by the LGBTQ plus community, which is a Yasss Kween, or it is not embraced. It's it's a pass. It's out of touch. It's problematic. It's no, bro.
I
Oh,
need
no,
you to do that one more time.
Yasss Kween. I can do it when I need to. I can bring it when I need to. All right, guys. Are we ready?
Yes.
Okay. So,
I don't know.
this is a little something that I have recently gotten into, but don't take that into account to give me what you're going to give me. A little something we like to call pickleball. It is a sport similar to it's like a cross between
Love
ping
pickleball.
pong and tennis.
Yep.
There's a low barrier of entry. After you've played a couple rounds, you can kind of pick it up fairly easy. It's easy to learn to play. It's additional exercise outside of the gym. It's social and it's fun. You can play it with your friends. What do we think? Do we know about pickleball?
Yeah, of
First of
course.
all, everybody we know about pickleball?
I know about it through you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love it.
So have you seen people playing pickleball?
Oh,
and videos and
yeah.
everything?
Of course.
Okay. So for me personally, because I've been doing this every week for the last couple of months, I've been getting together with friends, and it's cool because it's super social. We're playing. We have people walk up to the court and ask to join us and play. So you meet people that way, and it's exercise. So for me personally, I think it's a Yasss Kween because the gays don't love necessarily sports. Some of them do, yes. But it's something that is, it's not super high maintenance. It's something that we can learn
It's not
easily.
a full contact like
It's not a
football.
full contact sport like football. It's nothing like that. You're not going to break a nail. You're good. So I think it is something that, and I see this every day because I play over here at the park, and it's tons of guys. It's tons of women. It's like mixed doubles. It's regular doubles.
The homeless park is talking.
I'm gonna give it
Yeah, the homeless park.
I'm
All of
gonna
them
give
are
it a
homeless.
yes, Queen.
Yes.
But the reasoning behind that is prior to I and what I'm now perceiving to be more of like a sport that gays are attracted to and running to. I always perceived pickleball to be like an affluent sport, and gays are bougie as fuck.
That's true. That is true. Even when you have nothing, you're bougie as fuck.
Yeah. They're like,
Absolutely
oh,
true.
I'm gonna play this rich people for it.
Same here. I love pickleball. Yeah. No.
But it does look fun. I do want to play one.
We
day.
will play. We will play. So I'm sorry, but what do you give it?
Yasss.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
That just made my entire night.
All right, now our next item is they're coming out with these new seltzers.
Oh.
They are
Another
again,
fucking seltzer.
another seltzer, as if we didn't have enough.
Right.
But this is a cannabis seltzer. Is this company
Oh,
called?
we had it the other
Happy
night.
Glow?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you have it?
Yeah.
It's a company called Happy Glow
Yeah,
Company.
yeah.
They have a citrusy blood orange
CBD
ginger.
sauce. Yeah.
It has 5 milligrams of THC,
Uh-huh.
5 milligrams of CBD, 3 milligrams of CBG, and 2 milligrams of CBN per can. And it's also available in a flavor of Turkish apple tea. And there's no alcohol in these seltzers.
Mhm.
So they're alcohol free. So what do we think about cannabis infused seltzers?
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Why not? Yeah.
We're in California.
Okay.
Yes.
Actually, no.
We're the
It's
world
not in
leaders in
California.
weed, so
The whole country is like there should be a federal law legalizing weed. in my
Absolutely.
yeah,
opinion.
long
And
overdue,
if
man.
that happens, because nobody should be going to jail for weed.
No,
People
that's a
don't fuck
joke,
people
yeah.
up on weed. They
Oh.
fuck. Maybe if the country was high, people would just fucking relax.
Right,
But anyways, why not?
Why not? I agree with that.
100%.
So what is that? What is that? What are we giving that?
3,
Yasss
2,
Kween.
1.
Sorry. There's no bros yet, but maybe there will be one coming up on this next item, which I think is fairly interesting.
Oh.
So this is a credit score dating app. So finances are often cited as one of the top reasons couples fight and or break up. So the Score dating app is here to help consumers find a mate that matches their own good financial habits. It was developed by the Neon Money Club financial platform, and the dating app requires users to have a credit score of at least 675.
Yeah, because that's so
that,
high.
That's not
yeah.
that high.
Basically everybody.
And it is intended to take the conversation about money in dating head on. And the app will reportedly not use a credit tier basis, which means that all users will have access to one another on a swiping style basis to gauge interest. So if you don't have a credit score of 675, you can't even join this platform.
I'm going to go first, no, bro, because the score tells you nothing. It tells you nothing about habits. You can have a fucking 700 and be completely responsible with money and make a lot of money and spend it on stupid shit. And by the way,
Or not make a lot of money and just have a high score. Like,
Correct.
that don't mean shit.
and by let me tell you something. And I think as somebody who's been in a 14-year relationship, I think I earned maybe my right just to say this much. And I'm no expert. And I rarely give advice. As Lord Chesterfield said, the people that need it the most welcome it the least. But if those are your criteria for who you want to be with, good fucking luck. You got way bigger issues. So no, bro.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with no, bro. I understand the reasoning behind it, whereas you want
It's a gimmick.
someone that's evenly yoked to you, but I don't know that quantitative metric is what you should be looking for. You should be
Right.
looking more for like, do they have vision? Are they do
Yes.
they have a drive, ambition?
Yes.
Are they moving forward in life? If not, fuck your score.
Hey, my husband just beat me to the ICU, but he has a 780.
Like, is he a fucking narcissist?
He just beat me to a coma, but he's got an 800.
I'm gonna give that a no, bro, as well. I'm agreeing with everything that you guys are saying.
Fuck that.
I mean, it's
That's
a gimmick.
That should have tricked
right?
you.
Okay, it's a gimmick. Okay, no bros all around.
No
No bros
bro.
all around.
Wait,
All right.
wait. Kim Kardashian narcissist?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
I think no. I was gonna say she might be the self-aware one. That's just few, but she might be like, yeah. And Kanye for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he is.
All right, guys. So this is our final Yasss Kween No Bro. This is relation to men's fashion. There is a sneaker made by New Balance and Miu Miu.
Mm?
It is a leather sneaker. I'm going to show it to you guys right now.
No, we're
Okay.
going to insert it for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna insert that. That's a leather sneaker. Fashion
Real
House
leather?
Miu Miu. It's real leather.
Okay.
Tell me how much it is.
If it's Mew Mew, that's got to be at least
$700.
Okay,
2,000.
you're closer. But I'm gonna go through all these
Mew
photos
Mew
real
ain't
quick.
cheap.
Okay, and I want you guys to tell me, is this a Yasss Kween no bro? Now again, remember we're talking about, is this something that the LGBTQ plus community would like embrace? What do we think about this?
I mean, that's a hard one for me. I'm just gonna personally say no, bro. I think that if it was just Mew Mew, then yes. But New Balance be doing some shit.
What? Like what? Tell me. I don't know.
They are definitely very red, and
Mm.
and also I don't know that New Balance is like would be like a label that the gays really want to. Even if they if they were liberal,
yeah.
I have a pair of New Balance because they're comfortable for me. I don't think
It's
I
got to
would
be
buy
a
any
Louboutin
more.
or nothing. Yeah.
But I don't think that that's not what they want to show up to
Yeah.
the club in. Now,
Yeah.
Mew Mew,
Exactly. That's what I was gonna say. That's true because the label it does say New Balance.
Yeah.
I'm a total badge whore. Label
whore.
Yeah, badge label whore. Yeah, I like these. Look amazing, but because they say New Balance, I cannot be seen in them. They have to say Louboutin or just hide the label.
They should have put Mew Mew on the back.
And by the
Should
way,
have said
everybody's
New
saying they're
Balance. I'm
not,
like, you
they're
just
lying.
fucked that whole
Yeah.
shoe up.
So then you're a no bro.
I'm gonna say no, bro. I'm gonna say I think the shoe looks fucking badass.
Yeah.
But it really does. But I'm gonna say no
It did look
because
cool.
It does.
I today believe you don't have to wear real leather.
Mm.
I don't think you have to wear real animal. And I'm not some Greenpeace of what is it? FEMA, not FEMA.
PETA.
PETA. Yeah, I make no mistake, dude. I'm nothing to do with it. I'm just saying. I think there's stuff that looks like real leather.
Yeah.
And you can wear a furry coat that isn't real fur, and I'm a hypocrite because I still eat meat, but I don't think I would buy it because of that. I think, but outside of that, the shoe looks amazeballs. I mean, it looks badass.
It's a necessary kill,
Yeah.
and it's not sustainable.
Yeah.
I'm not that pissed about the leather. I just don't like that New Balance.
Yeah, and that
we're
on top
not
of
wearing
it.
that.
That on top of it. But
My-
the way we treat the animals, man, is ugh.
Yeah.
My first thought was, oh, these look really cool. Like,
They do.
obviously, like
He bought them
I didn't.
on payment plan.
$1,200 from where, bitch?
A fur monthly payments, 40% interest because he has a great credit score.
I'm looking at. I look at the photo of them and I saw them. I was like, oh, these are really cool. Then I was like, well, like these are sneakers, so I'm thinking they're obviously not intended for like going to the gym and working. These are like a shoe that you would like go out on the town with to like show off, whatever. The fact that they did this is in conjunction with New Balance and Miu Miu. The fact that New Balance was like, well, New Balance is the shoe company, so it makes sense that they're going to put their name on the shoe, and that Miu Miu's not gonna.
Yeah.
I mean, but if you want to sell them, I'm like, you need to put Miu Miu.
Okay, but let's be honest here.
Or
For
like,
wait.
because they don't have an actual label. Like if it was Adidas, they could have put Mew Mew on the back, and they would have had those three stripes.
That's true.
And
Look,
that I
recognizable.
could have gotten behind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's be honest here. And again, I'm a total hypocrite.
Because
If
there's
thi-
some Adidas that
if-
do cost that.
If this shit said Alexander McQueen on it, forget the animals.
buy
I'm
it.
buying that.
You'd
fucking
buy
shit.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I'm gonna give it.
Actually, there's nothing from Alexander McQueen I wouldn't.
You want to give it a yes, Queen.
I kind of want to give it a Yasss
Wow.
Kween, just because I'm thinking. I'm just thinking
Wow.
about all these gays walking. I mean, I can see the gay community, like even with the label.
Are you ready for the
saying
sign?
you.
Yeah.
No, bro. What is it?
Yasss Kween.
No,
What?
for you, it's what?
It's a no, bro.
No, bro.
I just don't like that label, and I don't really like New Balance anymore. I don't think I have a pair. I don't think I'd buy another one.
They look badass though.
I'm gonna say
They look
Yasss Kween.
To New Balance.
Yes, to New Balance. Those shoes look fucking cool. Are you kidding me?
And then how you going to explain that to people? Like these
You
are
can't.
Mew Mew. And they're like, no, bitch, it's New Balance. Let's go.
Okay, hold on.
I love your Alexander
You
McQueen's
just
not there. New
set yourself
Balance.
out there like this bitch trying to
Wait,
play
wait,
me.
wait, excuse me. How much do they cost?
Okay, that's what I was gonna say. Like, if
Just give me the number.
No. Hold on one second. If I'm not
know it's
paying,
fat.
if I'm not paying for them, Yasss Kween. But if I gotta pay for them out of my own pocket, it's a no, bro.
Yeah.
They're what?
How much?
$1,200. $1,200.
Okay, that $1,200.
And I'm sure Mew Mew makes their own shoes. I'm not playing with New Balance like that. No.
$1,200 for New Balance is like spending $80
But it's
on a
it's-
night.
It's Mew Mew.
But it's
New
not
Balance,
though.
but it's Mew Mew.
New Balance, and Mew Mew has its own shoes.
On that note, as you can
Mew Mew
see,
used to make some shoes like that and just put their label on it, and then we have a deal.
Okay, well, we got 2 out of 3 for no bro. I'm a Yasss Kween.
and now you can see why people don't trust us with political opinions, why we're not in charge, why we're not leading anything, and none of those.
Speak for yourself.
Well, guys, we want to thank you guys for joining us
Yes.
this evening. We hope you've enjoyed the show as much as we have enjoyed just sitting here talking smack to you guys.
I promise I'll be coming back as a narcissist for the next episode.
Even more of a narcissist. He wants to be a
I want to be
narcissist.
one so
he
bad.
wants to
Why?
be one so bad.
Sounds
They're
awesome,
like
man.
literally demons on Earth.
No, because it sounds like the whole world revolves around you only.
Well, they
then.
think it does.
Well,
They
even
think it
better.
does. Guys, please be sure to like, follow, subscribe, and share this video with your friends, your family. Follow us on all of our social media on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, at You're Not My Type Bro, and on Twitter or X at YNMTB Show. And if you want to send in some questions or you want to get some advice from us, please be sure to send us an email at You're Not My Type Bro at gmail.com. We love to feature your question on the show and help you in any way that we possibly can, because clearly we are the experts here
On everything.
everything on every possible topic.
Yes.
So guys, until next time, thank you so much for watching the show, and please have a good night.
See you later.
Bye, guys.